All right, this was going to be a live call, but I recorded it because there was a little bit of lag. I want this lesson to stick because what I'm going to share with you guys today is going to make the difference between just living an average life and achieving something amazing, right? This is the key emotional or psychological difference between the winners and the losers, the people who actually achieve something great or those who just stay at the bottom forever, right? It is a trend, or I see the negative version of this trait as a trend inside of some students in the campus, and I see this positive trait as a trend amongst the most positive and most successful students in the campus. Everybody needs to undergo this transformation. You guys all join this program. Let's be completely honest. It's because you're not winning at life the way you want to, or you're just starting out in life and you want to win really, really at a high, exciting level. Winners aren't born, they are made. You must decide and forge yourself into someone who can win at a high level. And this idea, this emotional shift, this focus, this shift in behavior is absolutely foundational to become successful. Every single person who's ever won on any serious level in their life that you've ever respected has had this characteristic. Now, hype this up because I believe it's that important. I see students come into the campus and you guys ask me questions. Hey, Andrew, I did the boot camp. I watched the videos. And, I came up with this idea for outreach. What are your thoughts? And I'll respond back. I'm like, have you tried this? Have you tested this live? And they'll be like, no, I wanted to know what you thought first. Or, they'll have some idea, or they won't really know what to do. Or they'll have an idea for what they should do, but they just don't do it. They just haven't gone out and done it yet. And if you live your life like that, you will never win. That is ultra timidity. That is being afraid of going out in the world and trying stuff out. Nothing good in this life comes by sitting around and thinking. It's only after you've identified an opportunity and taken massive action that you receive any kind of reward. Cause and effect only happens. You only get an effect once you've actually implemented and enacted some causes. You've taken some actions that will have effects, right? But people, I ask myself, well, why aren't they just doing it, right? They have a good idea, or they have at least a decent enough idea to test it out. Why aren't they doing it? And it's because they're timid. They're afraid. Oh no, what if I try this and it doesn't work? What if I send this email out and they get mad, like the other person doesn't respond? Like, I don't know. They're worried that like if they take actions and it fails, that it's over. They'll just emotionally die. They won't be able to handle it because it's the failure, not being good enough. Like, maybe it's some weird deep undercurrent of like they're not feeling like they're good enough. I don't know. Personally, I believe I'm indestructible. There's a little core piece of me that's the most dense little piece of matter that's ever existed, and you cannot destroy it. My confidence in myself, my belief that I will win is such. I have developed it over time, but there's that part of me, that core part of me, that part that destroys fear, that is indestructible. Right? It is an indestructible object, an immovable object. I can try a million things. I could fail flat on my face. I could become completely go bankrupt, go broke. I would still have that actual belief that I'm indestructible, that I can still win, right? I can fail. People can laugh at me, and I don't care. It doesn't affect that essence inside of me, that little essence of I like to call it my God essence, right? It's that little essence that wants to flex itself and shape the world. I've leaned into that, and it's allowed me to be bold. And it's what every student who ever is successful, like they all lean into that. It's what allows them to be bold and move forward and test it and say, yeah, I'm going to send out an email and I'm going to test this out. And if everyone replies back and says they're not interested, I don't care. At least I'm moving forward, and I'll take that information and I'll iterate and I'll come up with the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. It gets funny, right? The students will ask me, hey, what are your thoughts on this? When they could have tested it out and in 5 minutes known if it worked or not. And probably by the time they get a response back from me 24 hours later, let's say, they could have tested 3 other things. And one of them would have worked, right? Moving forward and taking action is absolutely key in this life. You must be bold. Fortune favors the bold, right? It's a famous quote. It's so famous that there's no one to attribute it to. Fortune favors the bold. It's a foundational law of life. If you want to be a successful copywriter, if you want to be a successful businessman, if you want to be successful, man, you must move forward with boldness. Any timidity, any fear, I'm scared to act is going to ruin you. You have to reject that completely and move forward with boldness. It's called the OODA loop, not the OOD loop. You don't just orient, observe, orient, decide, observe, orient, decide. You don't just sit around in a little thought bubble, like just thinking. There's a big giant A at the end of the OODA loop. You observe, you orient, you decide, and then you take massive action. Boom, you act. It's only when you act that you get feedback from the world that you can actually turn around to OODA loop again, go through the observe, orient, decide. So you can actually win. Again, the faster you can go through this, the faster you can win. And the biggest thing slowing you guys down in your personal OODA loops is your hesitancy to take action, to just move forward boldly into the future. Fortune favors the bold. The future is for the bold. Whoever will claim it, it is theirs. It is unclaimed. The only way to claim it, the only way to be successful is to become bold right here, right now, and move forward and make it happen. I'm going to share a clip with you guys, a short audio clip. This is from Dan Pena. Dan Pena teaches QLA. It's not the best way to make money in this world, but Dan Pena is an interesting guy. If you want to look at someone who's branded himself really well and done a lot of really good work with branding, he's crushed it, right? Dan Pena is a genius when it comes to that. I'm going to play a clip from him. Now, this is a clip of him analyzing a clip from nature, some lions, but it's going to illustrate this principle. He's going to say some things. He's a little bit rough around the edges than I am personally, but we're going to watch this clip, and then we're going to talk about it together. We're going to talk about what because this demonstrates clearly on like an animal kingdom level, this idea of fortune favoring the bold. Let's share this. All right, here you go.
You stand around and watch all the opportunities go by. They sit there, oh, I'm getting ready. Bert's getting ready. Bert's getting ready. Rick's getting ready. Oh, maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. Maybe the next one. Oh, fuck, no, I'm tired now. Maybe the next one. And there comes somebody like me. Just jumps on the fucker and eats it. Maybe the next one, Ray. Who in this room is that male lion?
That is 1,000% true. That is how this world works. There are people that sit on the sidelines and think thoughts and, oh, maybe I should win. And then there are people like me, people like Dan Pena, people like all the other successful copywriters in the world who just move forward with boldness and just take action. All right, there's a bunch of the wildebeest. I'm just going to go take one. And just go for it, right? As a copywriter, you need to embrace the power of boldness. When you're bold, you'll take action. When you take action, you win. But one of the cool things that happens if you're bold by nature, your words will be more bold. They will become stronger. They will become more powerful. Your writing will be more successful. Your outreach will be better. If you approach it like a little timid person, you're going to fail, right? Now, you need to make claims that are true, and you need to be honest, but be bold. Like there's no advantage in this world from timidity, from being afraid or average. You must move forward with tenacity, with audacity, with absolute boldness if you want to win. So if you find yourself, if you listen to this and you're honest with yourself, and you're like, man, you know what? I am afraid. I haven't been acting completely out of a feeling of indestructibility. If that's you, you need to repent. You need to change your ways. You need to realize that, and you need to reject that timidity entirely and instead decide to be bold. Move forward, take action, and that comes when you realize I'm going to take risks, and not all of them are going to pay off. I'm going to fail at things sometimes. But you know what? That's okay, because I'm going to continue to move forward and win because I am unstoppable. My friends, keep this in mind. Apply this to your life. It is going to make a huge difference. Fortune favors the bold.